In this video, I'm just going to talk about a little bit about the Python interpreter layer and how to use it. But before I continue, last week I just purchased from Steam this Spriter application, and I created a nice zombie idle sprite sheet so I just want to show you how it looks like. So what is your opinion on my first sprite sheet animation created in Sprite? So it's very simple. I hope you will like it. I just decided that I want to learn sprite creation and also animations, sprite animations. So in the next few months I'm going to use this Sprite many times. So okay, now let's go to this file. So we are going to create just an empty window with an empty test scene, and to run or to launch the Python interpreter layer, you can press the Ctrl-I shortcut. And I also prepared here some commands. So okay, I just rearranged these windows so that I can see my cheat sheet here, and I'm also going to zoom to this window so that you can better see what I'm typing here in this interactive layer. So the first thing I want to show you is the self. So when you type the self, you will see that a Python interpreter layer is the self. So to get its parent, which is the scene, I'm going to create scn for scene, and it is the self.parent. And now scn, you can see it is a scene object at this memory location. So I'm going to load two sprites, sprite 1 and from cocos2d sprite and the res/ufo_head.png file, and also create a sprite 2 with the same PNG file, and now add to scn or the scene the spr1, and now as you can see in the bottom left corner the first UFO head appeared. And let's set its position, so sprite1.position equals, I don't know, 400 and 600. So it moves the UFO head sprite here, and now add to this scene the second sprite. So you can repeat the commands with the up arrow. So scene.add sprite 2. Now here the second sprite, UFO head sprite, appeared. I'm also going to repeat the sprite position, but instead of sprite 1, the sprite 2, and let's move it a little bit to the right, so 600 and 600. Okay, now let's apply some actions to these sprites. So I'm going to import from cocos.actions import all, and I'm going to apply to sprite 1 a movement action. So sprite 1 the do, and move to action, and it needs as a first argument a tuple. So move to 100 and 100, and let's give it the duration of 4 seconds. Okay. Make it a little bit more interesting. So we are going to move to 100, 100. First I'm going to call the repeat, okay. And first we are now at 100, 100, so we are going to move it at, let's say, 500, 500 in 4 seconds, and when it is there, I'm going to move it back to 100, 100, and in 4 seconds also. So you can try out these actions I just showed you in the last video using this Python interpreter layer, so you don't need always, when you change something in your action, you can design movements and other things inside this Python interpreter layer. So when you create a new movement or want to try out some actions, you don't need always to rerun your application. So it can be useful in this way. So to the sprite 2 that do, I'm going to add, let's say, repeatedly. So repeat, rotate by action, and rotate by 360, and let's say in 4 seconds. And I don't know, let's add the sprite 3, because we can. So I mean cocos2d sprite and another UFO head, res UFO underscore head dot png, and scn dot add the spr3. Okay, now it is here. So to this sprite 3, spr3, that do, so I don't know, let's say it will move to about this position, do a rotation, and it will move back. So repeat move to, and don't forget to move to. The first argument is a tuple, so this position could be about I don't know, 12, let's say 1280 or just 1200, and to 360, and let's say in 3 seconds. And when it is there, I'm going to add to a new action. So rotate by 360 degrees in 2 seconds, and when it's finished, then move back. So move 2. Oops, move 2. Let's say 100 and 100, and in, I don't know, also 3 seconds. So I hope it's just hard to see in this Python interpreter layer if you have syntax error. So if you don't have enough brackets on one side or on the other. So let's try it. Yes, it works. Okay, so now it moves here, it does a rotation, and it moves back. And it repeats. So you can design all sorts of interesting movements and behavior inside this interactive interpreter layer. But unfortunately, when you just created a nice looking movement for your object or for your enemy or player, unfortunately you cannot copy, or yes, you cannot select this line and copy, so you need to type this out once again in your application as well. So, and the nice thing is when you click once again this, Control I, so you go back to the main scene, which is this one, the test scene, and if you once again press the Control I, it remembers everything what you typed out. So I just think that that's all I wanted to show you. You can do if you want to use this feature, you can do your own research, and hopefully you will find this feature of cocos2d Python useful. So thanks for watching and have a nice day.